check. Yeah, audio check, sound check. Sound check, audio check, sound check, audio check. Thank you very much. You're very much welcome to the stream for today's league game, the ladies' game that is taking place right at Zone Pub Shooters between the class of the league leaders and then the Zone Pub leaders and the ladies who are trying to at least make sure that they write a statement as one of the best shooters also located in Mount Bunyo. And so today they're here. Now, today for the audio, my name is going to be Daniel Kitara, that I will be taking you through this stream here. Meanwhile, for the video, you're going to be having Ali's Kit Media link, trying to give you all these frames here. This is frame number 2 of the possible 20 frames that we are supposed to be having today for this ladies game, which is live. Now, I'm going to take you through uh, the lineup for the ladies. The first persons who started among us, the home team players, is in the name of Alimu Chanmasi. And then coming second is in the name of Amon Faith. Amon Ruta Faith is the lady who was snookered and trying to get over through the cushions, but failed to get it from the cushions. And now we have also Aya Sharon coming after this one's here. Then immediately we are going to be having Abe Kevin Odong, one of the senior players among these ladies here. She's also in the lineup. And then after that one there, we will also be having Amaro Duat Abigail. She's playing positions number 5. And in the subset, they have like a Judith Tim and then a child Naomi. Now, when you look at their lineup, most of them are senior players. Only that a few have yet started active pools. But nevertheless, the King's Comfort ladies want to at least make a statement here that being them as they practice right from King's Arena, they can also mean to be shooting so good and so well sometimes. And that is the reason why you're trying to see Immaculate shooting the way she is shooting it at this point in time. Meanwhile, for the King's Comfort ladies and gentlemen, for those ones who are watching me, I want to tell you that we are having Alice in the lineup. Lagum Esther, who potted black and also potted cue ball prematurely. That means that she did not win the frame, and that is the reasons why the Kings, the zone pub shooters have at least a score level 1. Meanwhile, after Lagum Esther, we now have also a Poto, Mary Immaculate. Immaculate is on the frame, playing frame number 2, at least for King's Comfort ladies. And she also wants to make a statement that she is also a good shooter and she wants to shoot well. That is the reason why we are trying to see her playing more of defensive at this premier, because she wants to win it whether by hook or crook. Now playing that, they have Adia Luanga, who is the senior player and an inspirational player to them. She inspired them in the first game between King's Comforts and then the Snipers Polo Club, where they won convincingly 11 frames to 9. And then today she's here playing position number 3, and she'll be the very person to conclude the games of today. Then in positions number 4, we have one of a kind, that is Aruenyo Mildred. She's going to be playing positions 4. She's coming as the first starter for today's game after practicing a lot and after also having at least a money match with one of the senior players in the name of Adia Luanga. And that is the reason, that is why she has got at least a slot to play in this game. Then coming last season, then Jacqueline, who is going to be playing as their captain for today's game, and she's shooting positions number 5. Welcome to the stream. Kindly tell me in the comment sections where you're watching this game right from. For us, we are located in Pandung Divisions in Mount Bunyo, where games of pool is always being practiced and nurtured from. The best shooters of pool comes from Mount Bunyo, comes from Pandung Divisions. Tell me if I am wrong in the comment sections, but I don't think I am wrong. I want to believe that it is true. Amere Media, thank you very much for joining. Please tell me locations where you are at this point in time. I am in locations which is in Pandung Divisions. Kindly confirm to me where you are located. Now taking you in frame number 3. Now Faith she wants Alice to have a sharp cut of these balls here. And she was trying Alice to have a bank shot here into the corner pocket, but failed to do so. She is very good in shooting, by the way. She's very confident. She's still a student at Kikum Comprehensive College, and she studies in senior 3. That is why I think she has always been practicing here in Mount Bunyo, Zone Pap Arenas. But she has given the cue ball so cheaply and so easily to Faith at this point in time. Immaculate. Cue ball given away. Now the morale of this game is gaining momentum and also gaining a lot of confidence here. And that is why we are having these ladies here shooting the way they are shooting it. Now the home teams are having a lot of shots, by the way. Are they going to write at least a big statement today by beating the league leaders, just that they can also climb and be on top? Let's wait and see what is going to take place here. Oh, the league leaders are going to still confirm their positions, but they are still the very best in these actions here. We are yet to confirm from this game here. Now taking it more confidently and playing just like a senior at this point in time. Now she plays the way she plays it here. She has a lot of confidence, and that is the reason why she is trying to scan the table and check it carefully. Just that she don't miss the pot of the black ball only remaining on the table, potting that one there. make their scores to go to 2, meanwhile leaving King's Comfort Ladies only to 0. At this point in time, she aims for the pot of the only black now remaining on the table. In the top corner, she was going for the center pocket.
I know.
Ayo, ada rem ni ding no. Kan aku kita yang bawa no. Anda beri yang kan dong ding no.
Amaru, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Mildred is having at least the pot of the only black now remaining on the table, and it will take the score to 2-2. At this point in time, she did it so well and it's so perfect. Now the score is level 2-2. She has won the heart of the coach. She has also won the heart of the team captain. The score is level 2-2. There was a stroke of a genius. There was a stroke of a genius here. I don't think the ladies are shooting so well, but she got so lucky and she at least got something so nicely. Tell me where you're watching from. It is Kit Media Link. Tell me where you're watching from. We are located in. It's fine. It's fine. Ladies, the room is full to capacity. It is the ladies' affair which is taking place here. Now on the table we have Abigail, up against Zanena Jacqueline of King's Comfort. They are to like in frame number 5. Which way does it want to go? We are yet to confirm and wait to see. Ladies and gentlemen, frame number 5 of the possible 20 frame that we are having today in this ladies game that is taking place today in Mount Bonyo, Club Vortex, in Zone Pub Shooters Arena, which we are having at least the two of the finest team that are fetching each others for this league games that is taking place. This is the second game that they're having today for this game, the Ladies League, which is also in Kidgum, and it is only the Ladies League, which is in Northern Uganda. I want to think and I also want to believe today. Now, the home team is Zone Pub Shooters. Meanwhile, the away team is the King's Comfort Ladies. Now, on the table, we have Jacqueline up against Abigail. Now, Jackie is a senior player, is an experienced player playing the yellow balls. Meanwhile, Abigail is playing the maroon balls, which are on the table. Now, Jackie has only 5 of our yellow balls on the table. Meanwhile, Abigail still has 7 of her maroon balls on the table here. Now, it is all square at 2-2 between the ladies affair. Now, who is going to have Arnos in front? It is yet to be determined by this very frame here. Are they going to steal the frame and run away with the score? We are yet to wait and confirm. And I also want to believe that experience is going to work more than amateurs in this Premier that we are having the ladies game taking place. For this game today, we are having Tongyang Media and Kick Media Link, which is also broadcasting and giving you this what? This live stream services. Mount William. Stroking and playing like a genius, Abigail. For zone pump shooters, she wants to inspire them one more time. And they also have their nose in front, win and continue to win and run away with the win. Lovely shooting, ladies and gentlemen. We have just seen a very big follow shot made by Jacqueline. She wants to do it just like the captain, and she has done it so just like the captain. Now, rolling the Honda would be the most difficult block now on the table, and she does it so perfectly and so well. And now the visitors are stealing away the scores. They already have three. Meanwhile, zone pub shooters have two. Five frame plates, three for King's Comfort. Meanwhile, the hosts still are remaining with only two. Now, frame number six, it is a match that up against Alimo. Let's wait and see how it is going to be faring now on the table here. Are we going to see the visitors running away with the score, or we are going to see at least the score being leveled by the home team? We are yet to confirm by these other frames that we are going to be having now today here. It is a match that up against Alimutan. Now, sometimes the decision that the ladies make here on the table here can either mean to be so good or it means not to be so good. And that is the reason why we are having them here now. One more time. The umpire tells them to like one more time again because there was interference and the ladies did not like it so well. And so they're starting the like afresh. One more time. Now by age, the lady who is in the left of the table is more senior in age than the other lady who is in the right of the screen, who is serving as an amateur or a junior. Now, five frames remaining for first serve to complete to come to completions, and now we have only three scores to two. The score is 3-2. Frame number six of the possible 20 frames that we're supposed to be having here today, and it is a match up against Animo. Yeah, the break is on. Now nominating the maroon ball. The nominations was not on. Now leaving the table widely open, she invites Alimo on the table to choose a ball of her choice. I want to think that she might want to go for the yellow balls. She has target, ladies and gentlemen. She looks very young, very composed. When trained so well, she can mean to be a very good shooter. She did not lose her first frame. She won her first game. And then now she is in frame number six. She wants to continue the winning streak and maintain the momentum. Just that the ladies, the zone pop shooters, ladies can also have the score level. How good is the bank shot? The bank shot is not on. Failing to put that one there. Now imagine it has at least a double chance. She needs the keyboard in her hand. One thing you should know about the ladies' game. One thing you should know about the ladies' game. Most of them don't know how to snooker. They only play attacking pool. They do not know how to rest. They only play just to complete the frames. And if they don't complete it, they get stuck on the way. And that is the reason why sometimes they give the cue ball so cheaply away. But here, coming, the junior, who is almost now upgrading to become a senior in the name of Alimu. Meanwhile, Immaculate has always been training so hard to make sure that she beats the ladies so comfortably. And here she is, having only three of the maroon balls on the table. She's playing simply just only to set that ball there in the top corner pocket, which is right of the screen. And then now she will remain with at least only two of the maroon balls, which is almost so closest to the rail of the right table. Now checking her pattern of play, Halimushi inspects the table. At least she wants to come to the bottom sections of the screens, and there she goes. Playing like a pro and shooting like a pro at this point in time. She's 41 at a time. Now remaining only four of the yellow balls on the table. And of course, she's supposed to check on the pattern of her play so well. If she misses any, she may not come back on the table because a match it looks like boys to complete everything now here. But she wants to go slow. Yeah, she doesn't want to go slow. She has gone so slow. Even the coach claps. Even the coach claps. My actually wants to go for at least a very big bang shots here. There she goes as if she was listening to me. She does it so well. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like she was listening to me and she did it so well and so good. Let's wait and see. How good is this one here? The only safest shot that she can do from this point in time is to have at least this ball here rolled to the corner pocket, which is having at least the other one there. Then it will be intercepted by that maroon ball. Then the pot would be on, and then cue ball will be so perfect. But then she failed. She was going for the cheapest, and that is the shortest in the center pocket. But then still, Lalimo invited back on the table. She has now three of her yellow balls on the table. All of them are clearable. She can finish them at any time. And then take the score level to 3-3. Let's wait and see what she's going to do at this point in time. In the building, we also have director for Kings Comfort Arena in the name of Mr. Ogwang James. He's in the building also and is supporting, garnering supports for the ladies. He has supported the ladies with at least some cold water, supporting also Peter, the director of Zone Pub Arenas, by at least things from their shops. And he did it so well. That is at least the love for the game. That is the support of the game. And that is why we are here playing this policy here to promote talent at the same time also support the business in the different arenas that they will always be hosting these games here. Now here, what is not in the game is Imo to go for the center pot and she does it so well. But what is not on is the cue ball is totally off and totally snookered. She is supposed to come at least off one cushions or two to find her ball. If she fails to find her ball, she will be giving Alice opportunity back to Immaculate to steal this frame here and take their scores to 4 in frame number 6. Let's wait and see. One person who is supporting the ladies so much now for the King's Comfort is Oscar Daddy. And he's supporting them, also training them so hard. And then here in the arena, we also have at least the chairpersons, Kitgum Pool Associations in the building. In the name of Tyson, he's also in the building, works with Kitgum District Local Government. Now he works in the hospital. We also have Mr. Okeludik, a senior umpire, a power umpire. He officiates games for Kitgum Pool Associations at the same time for Pool Associations of Uganda. Now look at that shot played by Alimo. She plays like a senior, ladies and gentlemen, and she got her ball so well. Now mounting pressure now back on Immaculate. There are only two of the maroon balls now remaining on the table here. Now she's supposed to at least have a roll of that balls into the corner pocket, which is top right of the table, which is diagonal of the screen. Which English does she want to apply there now? She applied at least right English, which she does it so well. She can mean to play at least positions cue ball here. At least banging this one's here. Now she plays cue ball safely and nicely, ladies and gentlemen. If Alima have a shot for this card go at the yellow balls in the corner pocket, then she can easily go for the pot of the black ball in the this corner pocket, which is bottom of the screen. Is that what she's trying to do it? Now she inspects the ball, check it so well. Also the powder in her hand, making sure that at least the cue ball is rolled directly and hit that yellow ball into the corner pocket, which she does with a lot of spin, ladies and gentlemen. The spin, which was not necessary. the spin, which was not necessary. Now Immaculate can at least have a roll of these balls in the center pocket and then also play the black in the corresponding corner pocket, which is bottom of the table. There she is. She should play that ball as if it is her black ball now because cue ball is going to remain where the maroon ball is. And she does it so perfectly. Immaculate to put this ball in the corner pocket. Immaculate. But cue ball is almost frozen on the table, on the rail of the table. But she can also go for a bank shots. But I think the cheapest shot that she can play is she can at least have a roll of these balls in the corner pocket, which is bottom right. Cue ball will be safe. Whether she puts it or she doesn't put it, cue ball will be so good not to have Alisa Limo put that yellow ball remaining on the table. Let's wait and see the decision that she's trying to make at this point in time. She looks like she wants to have Alisa reverse bank shot, which may looks like something which is so hard to do it at this point in time. Immaculate. For King's Comfort, ladies, inspect the table so well. Now she's supposed to at least do what she was inspecting on the table here. If she goes for power, she might put the cue ball prematurely. She went for power, but cue ball is good. I don't think so good. She was supposed to have at least precisions. Now giving the cue ball cheaply away to Hadley Zalimu. Now she's inspecting that she can at least have a roll of these balls here into the center pocket, which is left of the table. And then pot the only would be the black ball now remaining on the table. There she goes. And the pot is on, ladies and gentlemen. Cue ball is so good and so perfect. For the pot of this black ball here into the corner pocket, which is bottom right of your screen. Respecting everything and checking it so well and carefully. Let's wait and see. All she needs at this point in time is composer, target, aims, and goes for it. Own, like a senior. It is 3-3, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3-3. And it is 3-3. Just you have just witnessed it. Now, six frame played. This is frame number 7. It is all 3-3 apiece between the ladies. It is the affairs of the ladies in Zone Pub Shooters Arena, where we're having Zone Pub Shooters having 3. Meanwhile, King's Comfort Ladies are also having 3. It is all 3-3. Meanwhile, in frame number 7, an experienced player, a senior player in the name of Adia, is up against a lady who is still coming into limelight in the name of Alice Faith. Faith is playing for Zone Pub Shooters, meanwhile Adia plays for King's Comfort. She breaks with a lot of power, leaving only 4 of the maroon balls on the table. Was able to nominate yellow balls and shooting it so well. Now all running in her mind is at least to win this frame here, making sure that they have their nose in front of the score to go to 4. Meanwhile, we are yet to wait and see if there is going to be any break and finish, which is going to take place here on this table here. We are yet to wait and see here. Adia up against the yellows, and she's shooting so well and with a lot of confidence, having at least perfect cue ball positions. She broke the frame and she is still playing just like a single person. Meanwhile, Faith is becoming just like a spectator for today's at this point in time. And now Alice is simple all of these balls here. She can mean to start with the ball, which is almost so close to the bottom of the screen. That is the intention of having that cue ball there. Then, how good is it? It is so good still, ladies and gentlemen, because she can still have at least a roll of this yellow ball in the center pocket. Then White is going to run around the table and comes back here. And then she will have at least a part of this yellow ball now into the bottom sections of the table, which is right off the screen. There she inspect the pattern so well, making sure that she doesn't invite Faith back on the table. If she does it so, then it is going to be the first break and finish that we are going to be witnessing in this frame here. There she was going for the shortcuts, but failing to get that one there. But what is the decision of the umpire? It is the umpire to tell. It is the umpire to tell because that is a clear fall. That is a clear fall. Even when she got a ball, that object ball did not get at least the cushions. That is a clear fall. It is a 2 shots. Let's wait for the decisions of the umpire that is going to make at this point in time, because the player was intending to play her ball. This is her ball. Even if when the cue ball also hit cushions 1-2 times and got the yellow ball, it was not necessary of that one there. But of course, it is supposed to be a foul, and that is the 2 shots. It is upon the decisions of the umpire, and if the player did not protest, and so no any video going to be rewind backward, and so it is going to continue just like that. And so Faith aim to at least continue playing her maroon ball. The only 4 she has just playing for the first time, and she plays so well, ladies and gentlemen. Even when she was trying to miss her ball here, but she got so lucky. There are only 3 of the maroon balls now remaining on the table here, making one of Adia's ball almost dead on the rail of the cushions, and therefore she is supposed to continue potting one after the other. Let's wait and confirm what she is capable of doing and producing on the table here. Is she going to record her name as one of the hub rising stars here? We are yet to wait and confirm with her stroke. Stroking like a genius, ladies and gentlemen, but failing to pot it, and that is not the end of the world. And the idea can at least have a roll of this yellow ball here, which is the cushions, drive it into the corner pocket, which is bottom left and so close to your screen. And then cue ball is going to run naturally, and she will have the easy spot of the only yellow ball now remaining on the table. Just that she can at least have a roll of the black ball into this corner pocket, which is bottom of the screen, right what of what you are watching. Here we are, Adia, to have at least a roll of this ones here, playing with left English, and she does it so well, and the pot is on. But cue ball is not so natural, because that yellow ball cannot be potted into the corner pocket, which is so close to your screen. And if she's supposed to pot it, she can only pot it with at least a combination sort, which is so difficult at this point in time. Let's wait and see what she's trying to produce at this point in time. She goes for the corner pocket, and she does it like a genius, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the quality of that shot. That is a world-class shot. She did it like a senior, and she has put it so well and so lovely. But what is not lovely is the resting positions of the cue ball, because it is not so easy to at least have a pot of the black ball in the same corner pocket where she potted that yellow ball with a nice bank shot. That is the bank shots of the tournament. We are going to crop that one there, have it in your socials, and play it one more time. She got that ball so well. But then now, I don't think she may come back on the table. I don't think she may come back on the table because Faith look like she will clear this one here. As long as she maps her pattern so well, she looks so composed to clear this table here. Let's wait and see what she's going to do at this point in time. She can at least have a drawback shot in the center pocket, keeping the cue ball to have at least a pot of the only maroon ball, which is so close. She plays a stop shots, but snookering at at the same time. That is luck. It looks like she can at least have at least a side of that ball, which is the black. A simple roll of this one here in the corner pocket will make her at least spot this one here so cheaply. She tells the player to continue winning, one after the other. Kings Comfort Ladies, 4. Meanwhile, Zone Pub Shooters, 3. Frame number 8. Now we'll be remaining with only 2 frames to have at least this one here come to an end for the first half. Then we will only be remaining with 10 more frames. Ladies and gentlemen, it is former runner-half Miss Kidgum up against Arwenyo Mildred in frame number 8. Who will take this one here? Looks like the young lady might take it. As long as Mildred is still having her stroke on, she may as well win this game here. Let's wait and confirm on the table. They're in for the luck, and the umpire instruct them to do so. Guys, there are 2 media houses streaming this game here for today's Ladies League. In game week number 2, there is Kit Media Link, the one that you're watching today. And then there is also Tungdiang Media. Tell me in the comment sections where you're watching this from, where you're watching the stream from. It will be so nice of you and so good of you as well at the same time. Frame number 8, she breaks with a lot of power, potting at least one of the yellow balls. She has now the biggest task of her life is to nominate a ball and then continue potting. Now, the reason why you saw Mildred coming, she thought there was no ball which was in after the break, but she realized there was a ball that went in after the break, and that is the reason why she stepped backward one more step. Now, she was trying to go for the yellow balls, but failing to nominate it. Still, I would fancy the maroon balls. They are so good at this point in time. Playing with a lot of power, nominating the maroon ball and also opening up the balls. Mildred goes for power, and she did it so well and so lovely. Now she has a chance to continue potting balls after balls. Whether she pots or she doesn't pot, cue ball is so good and it's to her advantage because it's almost resting together and almost kissing the black. Now the team captain checks the pattern so well. She understands that she needs this frame more than Mildred needed, and that is the reason why she wants to lead by example. And that is the reason why she was having at least a big sharp cut into the center pocket, which is right of the table, but she failed the cut. And now here Mildred still breathe and still continue to breathe one more time. She wants to remove the only would be the maroon ball, which is looking like a problem to her, but she did not do it so well and so good. But still, it is to her advantage.
4 minutes to 5, ladies and gentlemen. Kit Media Link. Welcome to this evening's second edition of the Ladies Pool League. It is the second time the Queens of Comfort are playing in a row. Remember, the first of its own kind, it is a battle between King's Comfort and Sun Pop Shooters. First of its kind, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Ladies Kitgum Pool League, first edition. And it is taking place between King's Comfort and Zone Pop Shooters. Remember, Zone Pop Shooters are having their first game, having missed out on the launch last weekend at King's Comfort, whereby the visitors of tonight's fixture, that happens to be King's Comfort, hosted the Snipers Pool Club, and the Snipers suffered a heavy defeat of 11-9 in terms of wins. And the current league leaders, King's Comfort, are visiting in the home of the Zone Pop ladies. And so far, 7 frames down, the 8th is the one underway. And the visitors are taking a lead by just a frame. They are racing to 11 for 3 points, racing to 14 for a maximum of 4 points. Remember, we are just 2 frames away from going into halftime, and we thank you all for keeping it. Kit Media. Remember, our challenge is the lack of a microphone, so that we do what we call dual commentary. But so far, so good. I was requested to say hello to the viewers of Kit Media. Meanwhile, my channel is silent because there's no microphone, and we are bowing to the copyright law. The current ladies and gentlemen was the former pool queen of Kitgum. Remember, we had the Power King and Queens tournament, whereby the grand finale was played in Jinja. She was the pool queen from Kitgum, and the pool king by then was none other than Ivan Ofonya alias Rabadaba. She has vanished from the pool scene, and thanks to this ladies league tournament, that we are now trying to see her presence in pool affairs. She's facing one of the most senior women leaders in terms of employment, and she's also a perfect love of pool. The names of Mildred Arreño, who last time in town or at King's Comfort, formerly Queen Rest, was an unused substitute. But today she has started. She played one and lost one, and this is her second game before halftime. And so far, so good. She's facing one of Kitgum's recorded queen of pool, who happens to get herself snookered, and she requests the assistance of the umpire so that she locates a yellow ball off the cushion. Is there any slight sight of the yellow? We await confirmation from the umpire. But so far, thank you so much, my brother. The umpire confirms that there is some visibility of the yellow, and so she has to execute it to perfection. All she needs to do is to avoid contact with the black, and she doesn't do what I wonder about, and that is a foul. According to the umpire, 2 shots to Mrs. Mildred Arreño. Maybe the intention was to block the yellow, but that intention has fallen on deaf ears and huge advantage to this Iron Lady former pool queen. Yes, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, she was also
So far,
Miss Kid Gumbai. She was a runner-up Miss Kid Gumbai.
Sharon was a runner-up for Miss Kitgu. Which year?
2023 and 2024.
Those are records. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel is a panelist of debate. He knows a lot about debate, and I'm very sure he's one of the panelists for the beauty contest. He knows very well. What was that shot? What was that shot?
There was a very big shot which was played by Mildred. She had a sharp cut of the maroon ball in the center pocket, which is left of the table, but also potted the cue ball prematurely. Now giving a prime opportunity to Sharon to at least have two shots utilized so well. If she puts this one say in the corner pocket, which is also bottom right of the table, which is also bottom right of the screen, and then she can at least have a roll of these black balls there into the corresponding corner pocket.
And now,
So close to the screen. She fails to do it, but of course, still, I don't think the positions of the cue ball is okay. But she has target. That is one thing you should know about that one there. She aims and goes for power, failing to put it. Now inviting Mildred back on the table. Looks like it's going to be a snooker.
yeah, it would have been a snooker, but there is some portion. I think there's full vision of the black ball
really,
from Mildred. And remember, Mildred wasn't in the starting lineup in the first opening
game.
ceremony. Why? Because Skovia is out of town. That's why she got herself into the lineup. She lost the first game, and
She won the first game. Mildred won the first game.
against
She won the first game. Mildred played together with Kevin.
yeah.
She won that game.
Yeah. She has been good. I think you have monitored her very well, especially in the recently concluded money match with Adia. You have monitored her very well. She's a good shooter. She has target, but she's not a very good planner. All that she needs to work on is how to plan. Now she's just facing the black. I mean,
She goes for power, but failing to get it so well. But of course, now giving the cue ball cheaply. But that doesn't look so. When you check on the positions of the ladies and how they shoot for today's game, it doesn't look so simple unless when she have at least a sharp cut of this ones here, reverse sharp cuts into the center pocket, which is right one. But as long as she can also have at least a big bang shot here into the corner pocket, which is bottom of the screen, there she aims for it. She goes for the center pocket, but failing to get it. Now luck is not by her side. Now giving the cue ball cheaply to Mildred. And at least have a bang shot into the corresponding corner, center pocket, which is right of the table. If she's on target, as long as she's on target. And she goes for it. Ladies and gentlemen, but she puts the cue ball prematurely. Two shots.
huge advantage to the former. She's still the current queen, not the former, because we haven't got anyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ever since the Pool Association of Uganda organized a tournament which was termed the Pau King and Pau Queen. She is still currently holding that crown, with her king being none other than Ivan Uponya alias Rabadaba.
Sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
She's still holding that title, Pau King Queen, and you can see from her actions how she has maneuvered the cue ball, but now we await the final sinking of the black ball.
Yeah,
Let
definitely.
me hope. What would be our target? Center or direct?
I don't think she doesn't want to go for center. She wants to go for the diagonal pot. She was opting for the center, and the center also paid her.
She makes it and makes it 4-4.
Now, what is most important is the score is already level 4-4.
Yup.
8 frames played, now remaining only 2.
So that we're heading for half time.
Absolutely.
But these are ladies, I expected their games to move so fast, but I then later on remembered that we are dealing with ladies and it is their first time playing a league game. A game which has similar rules to the gentlemen, which has similar number of frames played, similar refereeing, everything just being the same as men. I think this is a very, very good initiative from the Kitgum Football Association.
But also one
The
thing,
first of its kind taking place in northern Uganda.
but also one thing that you're going to realize from this ladies' game is that they don't play snooker so much. They only go for attacking frames. And that is the reason why sometimes their frame might finish so fast more than the gentlemen's. So when you keep on checking the first 8 frame which is played at this point in time, all of them were mostly dominated by attacking frames that they've always been playing.
Yeah,
I still want to believe that even in second half, they will continue to maintain the momentum and they're going to play and complete their game so fast.
Yeah, there are two different types of attacks. There is an attack to completely clear. Then there is this secondary attack whereby you try to put, but you get denied by the pocket or by your own accuracy, depending on the target. Because the term attack means simply you are going fully for the game, but the leaders are trying to do that. But in the end, they find themselves having no target, no accuracy, no precision. That's why sometimes there are games today. This game started at a quarter to three. Yeah, it started at quarter to three. But you can imagine we are already 7 or 8 minutes past the hour of 5. That means the game is going in a very, very slow pace, but it is understandable. Whatever we are witnessing, this is the first edition. We hope for better improvements in the future. That is how the ladies play.
Now let's have this on record. Yesterday, you were in Gulu streaming the games between Ogenrod Samuel, the twin brother to Omara Moses. While Omara was playing, at least also one of the tournament in Kampala, his brother was as well playing at least a battle with Dan Manizo. Now we understand this was a rematch, which was being hosted by Kiwa Arena in Gulu. But of course, to put it on record, Tungdiang Media was also live there in the arena. Also, the games here for future references. Just that this can also be used as training purposes and then references. We also had, we saw when Samuel was winning, almost now, he was leading 10 frames to 8. We thought initially that he was going to at least have a similar score that Dan Maniz also inflicted in him when they had the first match there in Veyale. Now, how was the of the game and how was the support to Genrod Samuel and what provoked him in particular to make sure that he at least showed that he still have that prowess to continue winning the games?
Yeah, yesterday being the return leg of the first part of the two-leg money matches between Dan Manizo and Samuel Ogenrod. The game started, first of all, it started late because I arrived in time, but the game started late. Apologies for that, but the first 15 frames were really boring.
Sure.
Because that game was characterized by a lot of errors, mistakes, and these simple, easy portable balls. A player in the caliber of Dan Manizo who was having constant problems with the top left corner pocket. But one thing that stood out was that Samuel Ogenrod, whenever he had the break, he would try to clear, but somehow he gets stuck when he gets to the final black ball. But the position of the black ball after him getting stuck was already established. It was just at the jaws of the pocket, leaving Dan Manizo with no option to clear all his balls, with the aim that should he fail to clear, remember the black ball
was almost in the jaw of the corner pocket.
Yes. So what one credit I take from Dan Manizo was the fact that he managed to clear almost 3 frames, whereby Samuel Ogenrod had his black ball well set at the jaws of the pocket, but he clinically cleared 3 frames out of the possible 31 because the game. But later on, after the first 15 frames, there was some entertainment in terms of skill shots. Someone is being snookered and he derives some skill shots out of it. And
just like you were demonstrating to the ladies at King's Comfort, right?
Yeah, very true. I'm very good at master shots, especially when I'm playing ladies. But I always do it against gentlemen also.
Okay.
But yesterday's game was entertaining. It was entertaining, but the entertainment came after 15 frames, whereby if you are getting the commentary very well, there were hand claps, there were ululations, there were jubilations, especially when Samuel had taken at least a five frame lead, a gap of 5 frames against his counterpart. It was really interesting. The game lasted close to 4.5 hours, just race to 16. That means a lot. The last game that took place in Bayale between Dan Manizo and Odoche Walter, race to 21, lasted only 3 hours and 12 minutes. That means yesterday's game, there were elements of mistakes from both parties. There were elements of snookering, playing a lot of defense, but the best thinker won in case of any defense. But the game really took long. Race to 16 shouldn't have taken long, but it was understandable. Samuel had the pressure to answer Dan Manizo's call, and he did so perfectly. Now, towards the end of the game, my battery was shutting down, so I closed the commentary so that I allowed my phone to charge. I chose between commentary and having live games cancelled. So I opted for the latter, and that's how we were managed to finish. And earlier on, I promised to interview the players, but it was not, didn't meet it because the battery was completely down. Couldn't use the mic, but the assurance is I interviewed Samuel privately, and he told me that what happened in Bayale shouldn't repeat itself again. He is very ready to go back to Bayale, where he was earlier on defeated, to go and also defeat Dan Manizo.
Yeah, that is a wise decision made by Ogenrod Samuel, and I want to believe that that game which is going to be played in Bayale should also be on record, just that we can at least make references. The first game that they played in Bayale, which was having at least no any records and references. And so this one here should be on record. Tungdiang Media should either be there, or Kit Media should also be there to document it up to tonight.
And I pray we both be there. Now, the main intention of our stream, we are not after views, we are not after likes, but we are after documentation.
Absolutely.
So that these players of ours can go and correct their mistakes, and in the nearby future they become better players.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
We are not after likes, views, comments, everything. But we want our players to be on record, to be documented, so that once they go for correction, they can review where they performed poorly, they have to improve, and where they performed well, they perfect treatment so that they become better players. That is the main reason as to why we, the Northern Streamers, are trying to bring, however local the game or the battle or the tournament is, we at least have to document it, so that is the first step of growth, by the way.
Sure.
Once you grow with your reference of past mistakes, it perfects you and you become a better player in the near future. That is exactly what we are trying to do as Northern Streamers.
There is also one thing that I also want to tell you, even if streaming these games here for purposes of references in the future, there is also one thing that you should also know, that we are at the same time also selling these players here to other people who may be interested in at least sponsoring the games of the ladies or the gentlemen who are always so good on the table. And that is the reason as to why sometimes you hear now the chairman Kidman Port Association being contacted to at least make references of who is that lady who is shooting so well on the table and who is shooting so well on the board. That is why we are always streaming, and that is the reason why we are trying to improve. Yeah. So I want to believe that is also another intention of us streaming the games here, as long as what they're doing at the table is according to the rules of the game.
Very perfect from you, Mr. Kit Media. That is exactly what we are trying to. Me, have faced a lot of, I've interacted with a lot of people, and they're telling me that you shouldn't just be streaming, you should also be playing. But my only answer was that everyone can contribute to the development of pool in one or two ways. I may not contribute just by appearing on the green bed, but at least I expose or I present to the world those who are appearing on the green bed.
Absolutely.
So we are good players, but we are, for us who are streamers, we are somehow good. But a lot of people have undermined us, and they have requested that we should also stop using cameras alone and we should start holding cues. But my response to them has always been, we are contributing to the beautiful sport.
I would sometimes imagine, even when we're having big football matches, like a case in point, maybe World Cup, which is taking place here, you cannot tell me that those ones who are also doing the commentary, they should also go and be the referees. At the same time, they should also be players. So one person can contribute to the game in the other way. Just like like we are seeing here. And now Kevin potting the cue ball cheaply and also giving at least 2 shots to Jacqueline on the table here, just that they can have their nose in front, coming so close to 9 frames, which is almost. It is just. The blackboard is now resting on the jaw of the corner pocket, which is right wide of the screen, and at any time, even you can pot it, right?
I can also do that with even my eyes closed, but I saw the umpire trying to glimpse whether there is contact between the blackboard and the cushion, but that doesn't matter because the aim is to pot.
The aim of the player is to pot.
This is Jacqueline Anena who has taken the visitors ahead by a frame, and we are heading for the very last frame. And we expect a player who started to also finish.
Now, we have seen in the first 2 frames, which was played by zone pub shooters, they were taking the lion shares. Of course, they were leading 2-0. Until when in the 3rd frame, that Adia got a luck, and then she started winning, then inspiring the rest of the ladies from her team to also continue winning. Are we going to see at least them having their nose in front forever, or there is going to be possibility of this the zone pub shooters, the ladies, who will be talked to after this break here, just that they can bounce back and continue winning? Because we saw a similar situations when the Kings Comfort ladies were hosting the Snipers in the first game last week, where in halftime it was 5-5. But when they came in the second, those ones who were talked to in a better way, they took the lead and they were winning, and they won convincingly, 11 frames to 9. Are we going to see a similar situation here in this game?
It is simple. It is a similar situation, but the earlier one was a much difficult one because the first 4 frames last weekend were all wins for the visitors against the Kings Comfort ladies. But the frame number 5, which took place between Hadia Adwanga and Kevin Abe, was solely won by Hadia. So the first 5 frames, it was Hadia who broke the deadlock by trying to neutralize, because the first 4 players were all defeated by the Snipers ladies. And right now, at the start of this very first 5 frames, it was a similar scenario.
And we also had to see Adia coming to break the deadlock for the home.
Adia seems to be...
That means she has a lot of impact in the home team.
She has a lot of impact
in the away team.
Very true. She has the experience, she has the exposure, the composure, everything Adia has in her can try to neutralize anything, however much the score line is. So it seems that is the tactic from the Comfort ladies. They are not afraid of going 2, 3, 4 frames at the start, but they always have their defensive mechanisms.
Sure.
One big miss for them is Kovia, who is currently in Gulu.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is why we are able to see Mildred trying to take
coming to take her positions. But of course, even when she takes her positions, she performs so well in the first frame. Not only in the second frame, which she missed it narrowly, but of course she's trying to shoot so well. We have seen in a couple of days when she was trying to at least make a lot of practice on different tables, and making sure that she promised to herself that she will shoot so well when she's given the chance. And today she has got all the chances that she was trying to aim for. We're going to see her recording 3 wins out of 4. We are yet to confirm on this table here. Remember, this is frame number 10 of the possible 20 frames that we are supposed to be having, and this is the last frame for the halftime
that we should be having. Into halftime, it is between Esther Lagum, very renowned pool player who has relaxed for close to a year, and she's facing one of the sharpshooters.
Absolutely.
Abigail Amaro. Very good at potting, very good at planning, very good at snookering. She has all the qualities of a good player.
And one thing she does so well, she's not afraid of facing any man.
Exactly.
When she's on the green bed. She can also sometimes mean to take the head start that the men are always giving to her, and then she plays the way she plays it, just that she can continue to perfect her shots time and again. Are we going to see her at least taking up the position? She continues to do the same thing here. Up again is Esther Lagum. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, we have just received at least the director for Soweto Polo Club in the name of Olanya Derrick. One thing I want to tell you today, after this game here, we are going to be having a money match between the director of Soweto Polo Club and then the team captain for Kings Comfort, gentlemen, which is going to take place in quarters between Olanya Derrick and Oscar Daddy. I can confirm to you, I already have the stakes of the 2 players. They are going to be facing one another in the arena of the Soweto Polo Club. So if you are not there, please Kit Media link and Tungdiang Media and then enjoy the streams.
Now, Tungdiang Media will not be available for the stream, but we shall be there for the commentary. That is
lovely.
the confirmation I can make, and that is the right way to go. Before anything, any battle goes on air, we must first secure the stake.
And I can confirm to you that I already have the stake of the two players. It is with me here. After this game here, we will be heading straight to quarters, and then we'll have a battle between these two players.
That is good news, good initiative for you. That should be the way to go. There is also a pending battle between Omara Steven and a colleague of the director of King's Comfort, whose names I'm not very sure of. And remember, any long in actually can easily be referred to Ole. So there's some Ole who wants to play this Omara Steven.
Sure.
Tomorrow, they want to play race 11, the stake is 200,000. What I advise them is first hand over the money. If they are to hand over today, at least they should hand over half the stake so that by tomorrow they bring the other half, so that we have a complete stake and we have a complete pot. So that part is also pending and it is not yet official because I haven't received the money. Now, tonight this battle is going to be between Director of Soweto, Mr. Derish Olanya, who won big in Madupe, by the way.
Yeah, he hit so big. He hit so
following
big.
all the updates, all the commentary, and all the actions. Thank you so much for extending pool beyond the border. But now, currently, in our records, that's KPA, the captain of King's Comfort male team, is Stephen Onenchan, but he has been taken away
for the duty, and at the moment is
duties, and currently the deputy captain, who also happens to be Rubanga Kenneth, is also not around, but now the full responsibility rests on Oscar Daddy. Okelo Oscar currently is the captain of the male team and is also the coach of the female team. So that battle is going to be an interesting one. Should this end, all roads shall lead to Soweto Pool Club for that encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. It would always be so interesting to end this stream here today. But how good is it going to be when we end the stream without recognizing the biggest brand of the streaming in Uganda? The biggest brand of the streaming in Uganda, in the name of Peter Chobe.
Yes,
for break and finish. How do we end the stream minus recognizing him? It would always not look so good.
I think if you are listening to my commentary yesterday, the first acknowledgement I always give in as far as full streaming, full commentary, and everything is concerned, the first acknowledgement and a huge round of applause will always go to Simon Peter Chobe. Chobe has done a lot in the sports of pool. He's the face of pool in Uganda. He's the face of pool in Africa. A huge round of congratulations to him for having empowered us, because I, as Tungdiang Media, I got all my equipment from Chobe. I just send him money and he sends to me the right equipment. And having received all those equipment, now I descend down to you. You know the reason that's why I call you Mr. Mentor.
Absolutely.
You started the idea, I embraced the idea, I invested in the idea, I cashed in the idea, and I was able to make it. Currently, you are my mentor, and I'm so much proud of you and Peter Chobe for doing a lot of things. Peter Chobe did a lot in as far as procuring the items for live streaming were concerned, and then you took on the charge of making sure I follow the procedures, the protocol of YouTube, and wherever we are, I am very grateful to you and to Peter Chobe. So Mukuru Chobe, wona woli sebo neyanze kehe. Kati where we are not badly off, but our hopes are to be or to reach your level. By the time you need to retire, and the people you have mentored like us shall take over. And don't forget, Mukuru Chobe, that for us here in Kitugum, we manufacture for you raw talent, then we send them to Kampala for approval, for more exposure. We don't have the national exposure as the local streamers. We don't have the international exposure as the local streamers. But we can do a lot in the primary stage of production. Then for you can do the rest in the tertiary end.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mr. John.
That is a top-notch analysis by Tongdiang Media in the name of Ujara John Eddy. I also want to confirm to you that while in Kitgum here, we manufacture the best talent ever. And the best talent comes from Kitgum, by the way. That is one thing I want to reassure you. From Northern Uganda, the best talent comes right from Kitgum. And absolutely, they are always Herbert in Pandong divisions. Am I right to say that?
You're very right.
Yeah, I think in Pandong divisions, we have the best shooters ever. Particularly when you come to zone pub shooters, they have the best talent ever. Now in this same arena that we are having these ladies playing for today, we also have, there are male team players who plays in the national team in the name of Omara, I think in the name of Caesar Chandiga.
Yep.
And then at the same time, Odong Regeza, who is also there. Now this same table here also, Alice Osted, the likes of Ian Kazibwe, and then Musuram also. Are we going to see any other big names coming here in Kitgum and also playing in this same table? We are yet to wait and confirm by the end of this year.
Now, the good thing about having money matches in Northern Uganda, once you don't visit Kitgum, that means you haven't tested the depth of water with your feet. All doesn't stop in Gulu. The real talent is in Kitgum. I don't say so to undermine Gulu, but always the natural talent comes from Kitgum. Once we mentor them, we skill them, we expose them, they move a step further to go and have the experience of Gulu. Then after Gulu, they can proudly transfer ownership to Kampala for further empowerment and further exposure and further whatever. But that is
yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing that we are trying to do at this point in time is to make sure that while we also send the male players in the national scene, we should also be thinking about at least sending the ladies as well in the national scene. Now, notably, you understand that we already have some of the boys that have already recorded their names in the national scenes, and they're already making progress, by the way. In the name of, we have the likes of Roto Konya Joseph, aka Dogo, in the name of Omara Moses, who is also in Kampala at this point in time. And this early morning, he was also playing Dangote. And he played so well and he won convincingly 6 frames to 2.
That was awesome performance. Omara Moses right now is very, very acclimatized with those Kampala-based players. And soon there is a tournament in Kampala whereby if God wishes, all our sharpshooters of Northern Uganda shall be participating in that tournament, where the winner will walk away with a brand new Super League pool table. And I'm very sure our players are very ready for that. And then the other issue is our Kitgum best players who are currently residents of Kampala. We are having Kalama David Aquatic.
It's also in Kampala.
Yeah, it's in Kampala.
Now, even when we are trying to mention the name of those players, we have just seen Abigail putting the last black now to make the score level 5-5 for the halftime.
And this same score 5-5 is not new to King's Comfort.
It is not new to King's Comfort. They have done it before, and they've always wanted to come back.
If the first game, whether their victory was a fluke or it was a determination, resilience, and game analysis. We are waiting for second half as we come back in the next 20 minutes. It has been Kids Media
and Tungdiang Media. Lovely, the voice that you have been hearing. It was for Kids Media Link and then Tungdiang Media. Do us a favor by subscribing to those YouTube channel and then also liking the stream, just that YouTube can recommend it to other people who have not watched it by the time you are watching. Thank you very much for being lovely audience. We will come back with the second half.
Thank you so much, CEO Kids Media.